and that they will be doing. Okay, I know we started this video kind of weird. Welcome to a new edition of Listening for Fans. I am still joined by Hardcore Christopher.
Yep.
But we're going to finish what we were talking about when I finally got the live to go. And that was SmackDown will only be temporarily on Friday. And they are looking for more content. They didn't necessarily say NXT. Say they were going to be looking to do more content. I titled this What If? And this is basically just going to be random scenarios that we decide to play with at this point. And let's do the Undertaker What If scenario. I know we're done with we're done being moody about the whole Undertaker
thing. Starting on that.
Yeah, let's start on that. What if he does leave? And what if he does join? It doesn't even necessarily have to be AEW. A different.
Okay.
We got ROH, we got Impact, we got New Japan.
I'm just gonna say this. If Taker leaves, and I don't think he'd go to New Japan because
it's in Japan for one.
It's in Japan, and well, they have more of a
I mean, if he does the New Japan thing, maybe just
a strong style type.
Just a one-off match dealing with the time they are in the U.S.
But if Taker goes to any other promotion, Vince may be counting the days and the time, because if Taker leaves, well, the rest of the boys in the locker room are gonna be saying, if he leaves,
I'm gone too.
We leave.
Okay, now we're gonna do a what if scenario real quick. That's the title of this, and I'm gonna give you a situation, and I want you to tell me what you think would happen. Fox have been gonna look at today that the Friday scenario is temporary, and here's the what if question of it. What if AEW does go Tuesday nights, and SmackDown eventually moves back to Tuesday nights, and the Friday edition of SmackDown will be live, they said. So what would happen?
So will the Friday be taped?
No, it's going to be live.
Oh, okay.
So here's the what if. Does AEW leave Tuesday nights, or do they test the waters for a few weeks?
If I was Cody, and
you just about have to test the waters though for a little bit, don't you?
You would,
just to see where you can stack up against the B show.
But it's like if you dip your toe in water and it's ice cold, you're getting out.
But could that look like they're running from the WWE? If they jump the same, let's say SmackDown announced that January the 1st, I don't even know if that's going to be a Tuesday night, but let's just show this as a scenario. January the 1st, 2020, we're moving back to Tuesday nights. And then Cody reveals the following week, we're going to be moving to Friday nights on January the 3rd, 4th. Yeah, 4th. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, the 4th. We're moving to Friday nights, January 4th, 2020. But doesn't that look like to the McMahons or anyone that works for WWE that AEW is running?
Yeah.
You have to test the water.
And then we could possibly have a Tuesday night war on our hands.
The war is what we need.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Right now we do. I mean, I will stay firm. We do not need it back on Mondays. Right now.
I do.
But here's the thing. Okay. Let them combat on Tuesday nights. The B show versus.
Well, I really want it.
That's what WWE calls it.
I'm sorry, but SmackDown is the A show, okay?
But here's the thing. Will Vince put all his mobiles, so to speak, on SmackDown at that point?
He would have to.
And just have Raw be like a secondary?
Vince would have to.
Well, I will say this. At least right now, come this time next year, we don't know what half of them guys are going to be. But SmackDown has the better stacked talent.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so that one's topped.
I got a what if scenario for you.
Oh boy.
What if? What if Dan? I don't know if you watch SmackDown or not.
Not
But,
yet.
uh,
Sorry, I don't
he-
watch WWE very much.
He did say that the new title is disgusting. Which.
It is.
But what if you have? What if you have, say, 4 members of the Bullet Club versus like 4, maybe the Undisputed Era?
That'd be kind of cool, but of course we would have to get them all together. They right now we have, um, oh heck, we have 3 of the Bullet Club on one show, and the others on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see it. I mean, technically, the Undisputed Era is a smaller version of what the Bullet Club and even to a lesser extent the NWO used to be. But I would like to see it.
Okay.
I really would.
Here's another what if scenario for you.
Hmm.
What if Shawn Michaels jumped ship to WCW during the Attitude Era?
Well, there was rumors that that's this close from getting Shawn and Owen Hart, and another halt in WCW, especially if Brett didn't join the NWO, but Owen did. You could have seen basically the battle again of the brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, we had enough of that going on. We really didn't need that again. I don't think it would matter change things.
I don't think it would have either.
The big guy they really needed to sign, but they were never able to, was between 2 guys, and that was Undertaker and Triple H, and even with The Rock to a point. But of course, that never happened. But that's so. It was revealed. I think it was Sunday night that by Cody that they are in the final phase of TV contract with 2 major networks. I want you to give me your network choices that they may be in the final stage or owner of the network, if you know that, and you don't want to just drop one name of a network when he owns a whole shoe. So the 2 networks or 2 owners of the network BioLife that he has.
Well,
And where do you think they're gonna land?
I'm gonna have to go with Ted Turner
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I'm gonna have to go with Ted Turner and Spike, and if that happens, I see AEW going to Ted Turner.
Mm-hmm. I will do the Ted Turner scenario, and that's the whole reason I gave you the option to give the name, is because of the fact that he owns.
I don't even know who owns Spike.
I don't know, but I don't think Spike is out there going. I think it's probably going to be WG in America if they don't go with Turner.
If that happens, I would see. I think I'd still see him go with Ted Turner simply because he has a larger.
I think, and one thing we all forgetting here. What if AEW is flipping us all by saying 2 networks? Nowhere in that sentence did he say 2 owners.
No.
Could he be flipping us all and going, do we want TNT or do we want TBS?
That would be the swerve of the decade.
I mean, could he have already signed a deal with Tono and Tono to go, okay, do you want TBS or do you want TNT? Think about that. Tomorrow night during the live press conference, which, by the way, we will be doing a review after that. Okay. I will watch it, and then I know you probably won't, so I will give you an update on it.
Well, if it's like live on Twitter or something.
It will be live on Twitter, YouTube, the YouTube All Elite page. So if you ain't subscribed, I recommend you subscribe so you can watch it. Because depending on what time it is, I think it's 2:30 or 3 in the afternoon.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't New Japan on tomorrow on Access?
That's Friday nights.
Oh, that's Friday. Then I'm gonna try to watch Impact tomorrow night.
That's Friday too.
That it is.
They moved. It's like 9 to 11 on Pursuit or the Twitch channel.
So it's either watch Impact or watch Japan. I can't
No.
watch both.
Yeah, you can, because it's not on the same time.
Oh, it's not?
I think New Japan is like at 7 or 8, and TNA doesn't start till 9.
Okay.
So, what was we before you interrupt us? Oh, AEW and those Schwab. But wouldn't that be something if they come out tomorrow night and go, we have signed a TV deal, but now we need your opinion, because we don't know what network to go to.
Do we go to TBS or TNT?
And Mr. Tono's right here, and all we have to do is tell him what we want. So, if you want TBS, let me hear it. Or if you want TNT, let me hear it. Well, you know what would be funny? If the fans' reaction is about identical, and Ted Turner comes up, he goes, how about both?
How would that work?
Hang on, I'm getting there. And then Cody and the Bucks go, huh? He goes, well, you want a big show. And you're going to probably have a lot of divisions for belts.
Mm-hmm.
Put half of them on Tuesday, the other half on a Thursday, because I think Thursday is the only non-wrestling that night right now. And we have all good to go.
Okay.
I know that's just wishful thinking on my half.
Well, I have a what-if scenario for you.
Uh-oh.
This is WWE related.
Oh, God.
1995 steroid trial. What if Vince McMahon was found guilty and went to jail?
Eric Bischoff would be the owner of WCW and probably the WWE by now.
I have to agree.
Well, somebody would have bought WWE out. Bischoff was this close from buying WCW. The only reason he backed out was they pulled the plug on the network. I mean, he had a basically 6 months consistency plan. He was going to take it off of the TV for 3 months to rebuild and...
Okay. I got another what-if scenario. This is not WWE related.
Thank God.
What if New Japan went head-to-head with Impact?
Bye, Impact. I love you guys to death, but bye. Sorry.
That was a quick answer.
Now, if you would have said TNA back in the 2007, I might have to give you a different answer. But right now, Impact is, I ain't going to say life support, because they've been putting on some decent shows, I will say. But they are still a long way from what they used to be.
Okay, what if ECW never came into existence?
What?
What
if ECW never came in? Well, we will only have the top 2 companies then, and not a third company.
Well, I'm thinking more along the lines of what we see today with like CZW and
well, you probably wouldn't have seen any of them.
That's
alive.
my point. If
it's not
ECW never existed,
without that, you don't have Combat Zone.
well, we would have never had hardcore wrestling to begin with.
We wouldn't have probably. I mean, House of Hardcore, basically, Tommy took the name of the school that they used for ECW. But here's a what-if scenario. What if Paul Heyman wasn't kissing Vince McMahon's backside and ECW was still going? Paul Heyman style.
I never knew Heyman was kissing Vince McMahon's backside.
That's why he joined WWE in 2001. That's why they had a working relationship in 97. Vince was paying the bills. And even RVD and even Raven have went on record saying if it wasn't for, and Tommy Dreamer had also, if it wasn't for Heyman being so close to McMahon, ECW would still been around.
So wait, are you saying that Vince McMahon was the life support for ECW?
Pretty much for a while.
That is sad.
considering that those shows was always sold out, and the pay-per-view buy rates were some of the highest, I don't know what Heyman was doing with all the cash. And apparently he still owes some of the old ECW guys money.
Really?
Just a rumor.
I
don't
so
know.
what if I would say that ECW would have taken the place of WCW
At number 2,
as
when Vince bought his competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if Paul Heyman wasn't paying everybody, at some point...
Well, if Paul Heyman wasn't paying anyone, there goes your company, there goes your men.
Yeah, at some point, I mean, that's why you've seen so many of them ending up in WWE or even WCW. Mike Awesome, the Dudley Boys, Taz, Spike.
Here's a what-if scenario for you. What if Bret Hart decided to step away from wrestling after the Montreal Screwjob?
I mean, he really accomplished nothing, so that's not much of a what-if scenario. I mean...
But do you think he would have been a better person? Because even you said it yourself. He was out of... He was at a point in his career where he was such a bitter man.
Forget career. He was at a point in his life. I mean, I don't think that would have changed matters. It would just made him more bitter every time he turned on the television. I mean, his brother was still wrestling, so he naturally would have watched it.
Yeah.
But I want a prediction from you.
Oh, boy.
12 months from now, what are we going to be talking about?
12 months from now.
12 months from now, what are we going to be talking about?
I'm going to say this, and I could be wrong, and I could be not. Vince McMahon stepping down from WWE.
Oh, 12 months from now would be right before the launch. Well, we would be literally Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days away from opening game of the XFL, which is supposed to be in before, he's supposed to step down before then. That's what he said 2 years ago, that by the time the launch of the XFL, he's thinking about retiring as chairman of WWE. If he does that, then he will be 4 days away. So I'm hoping that we will be discussing that McMahon's no longer running the show, and we see a different side of WWE just in a couple weeks that he's been gone. And what in the world was that? Oh, and I hope we're talking about the success of all elite wrestling and the demise of the WWE as we know it.
The WWE.
I didn't say complete demise. I said as we know it now.
Well, okay. I'm gonna have to take back what I said. Well, before I was so rudely interrupted.
You're the one that interrupted me before I finished.
Okay. So it's basically like this Monday Night Raw where when Dean Ambrose came out and Nia Jax said, "How dare you interrupt my interrupt?"
This Monday night stunk. Dean Ambrose was jobbed out to Ethan Cottle the Third, and just a week prior had a 5-star match with with Seth,
and then got thrown out of the ring by Nia Jax.
Afterwards, did Nia Jax slap him?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of slaps, did you watch SmackDown at all?
Are you talking about the segment where Becky Lynch came out?
Did you watch it first?
I saw most of SmackDown.
I'm gonna tell you, I didn't watch it, but I seen a clip on YouTube. Well, I don't even know what she was saying because I didn't pull it up, but the beginning of the video has this, basically her hand right here from Triple H, and you can tell where her hand was getting ready to go. Wham!
Well, I can tell you what happened.
Well, I don't want to know yet because I want to watch it. But I just got a question about that slap and how she's been basically in the McMahon's face for the past week. Is she the new Stone Cold Steve Austin? It's going around.
That's how they're booking her, basically.
Well, just now, but not prior.
Well, she wasn't the man. She was basically a silent baby face who wore steampunk goggles.
Why are they calling her the man to begin with? She's a woman, for crying out loud.
That's what I was. I mean, so wait. You had Ric Flair calling himself the man.
Wait. Before you continue, though, what did Ric Flair that Becky's not? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's a man.
And he's also a 16-time World Heavyweight Champion.
Technically, if you count all his titles, which WWE ain't giving him credit for, he's about 21, 24 times.
So why is WWE calling her the man? I honestly thought it was a way to get her into the men's rumble.
Could you imagine her in the Rumble and she actually win it? And she decided that she was gonna be a cute one and decided that she was gonna face the Beast. The man versus the Beast. It has a nice ring to it, but
honestly,
we know how that would end.
I'm actually gonna be serious for. Well,
wait a minute! You can't be Lance Storm.
Where did that come from?
You said you were gonna be serious for a moment.
Okay. Maybe what she means is that. Well, maybe what she means is that she's better than everyone else on the roster.
No, she's not.
I mean,
you got Flair that can battle anytime. You got Asuka that it took her title. I mean,
what if we see a triple threat match between?
That's what we're supposed to be booked. Between Charlotte and Becky and the champion.
What if Ronda Rousey turns heel?
I think she's already doing it. So, with that, we're going to end this one. Thank you for joining us. If whoever watches this, which right now is probably nobody, but that's beside the point. This is Wrestling for Fans. That's Hardcore Christmas saying keep